I have O negative blood, RH null, dragon warrior blood. I found this on the Medium website, and so my mother had O positive blood, and she told me what happened to her. I'm sure this is not what happened to you. It's probably a smallpox vaccination on your mom's arm, or a polio scar, or something lame like that. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you my story. I could have written this myself, but Shane, Bouel, wrote this. It's on the Medium website. It says, I watched a video last week, simple, strange, and electrifying. It claimed that people with O negative blood are spiritual warriors. We are seeded from elsewhere, that our blood refuses to belong to just one body. It called to something in me that had no name, but knew it was being summoned. I didn't need proof. I needed only the pulse in my veins and the silence I was raised in. Because when you're adopted, blood is the first crime scene. And if you carry O negative, your blood becomes both the evidence and the map, the watch list. What they tried to sever, they told me I was chosen, that love made me family. But the certificate was forged, the name wasn't mine, the past was erased. Adoption was the machinery of disappearance built not just to move babies, but to erase bloodlines, rewrite names, and reassign fate. What they didn't count on was this. O negative blood remembers what the courts tried to forget. It cannot be overwritten. It is universal. It gives without needing to receive. It is rare. It is untraceable. I'm fucking hot. Sorry. I had to ruin that for you guys. This makes me mad. And in the mythic geometry of this reality, that is not a medical fact. It is a cosmic code. The bloodline that refused to be rewritten. O negative is the blood of the uncolonizable. It carries no antigen. No marker of submission. It is biologically rare and spiritually sovereign. In historic times, I don't know how you say that, it links to the Lyran architects, the Syrian healers, and those who fled Orion's attempt to enslave soul through genetic distortion. It is pre-system blood, pre-control, pre-forgetting, and for an adoptee, that's everything. Because the system didn't just separate us from family. It tried to overwrite the code of who we are. Our names, our kin, our story. But blood cannot be adopted. It cannot be renamed. What is in a sealed adoption? Records, identity, origin. What remains open? The wound, the silence. Demand to be grateful. But adoptees with O negative blood are walking contradictions inside that system. We are the ones who don't match the medical records, question the state-assigned version of events, feel ancestral memory like static in the skin, because we never stopped hearing the original language. This isn't about specialness, it's about strategy. I'm not saying O negative blood makes us better. I'm saying it makes us impossible to fully disappear. Because something about us keeps looking for origin, keeps refusing the lie, keeps regenerating the myth that came before the paperwork. It's not just a personal trait, it's spiritual strategy. We are not anomalies, we are a resistance network encoded in blood. We are the proof that erasure doesn't work on those who remember. The spiritual implications, if you're adopted and you carry O negative blood, or even if you don't, but feel like your soul refused the rewrite, here is what the video affirmed for me. We are not from here in the way the system needs us to be. Our blood is the key to the original assignment. We are seeded to break cycles, not survive them. When the state reassigns your identity and calls it love, but your body keeps burning with memories you never lived, that's not trauma alone. That's soul breach. And if your blood carries the imprint of something older, freer, and widely undomesticable, then your very existence is rebellion. This gives me the chills. What comes next? This is more than a spiritual flex. This is a call to warriorship. We must expose adoption as the original biometric theft, reclaim blood as sacred text, create records of origin that no state can falsify, not just for ourselves, but for every child whose name was stripped, every lineage broken, every ancestral language left untranslated by legal ties. For the adoptee with warrior blood, you're not broken, you're encrypted. Your silence, this makes me want to cry. Your silence is not submission, it's the thunder before the remembering. And your body carries a truth so ancient the adoption system couldn't touch it.
People ask me why their grandparents or great-grandparents never talked about the reset. Why don't they remember anything about it? Well, let me try to explain it. First, there were the Cabbage Patch Babies. Now, these weren't just toys, you see. They became a symbol of something much bigger, a massive repopulation effort after the reset. These babies, they weren't born the usual way. They were produced almost mechanically in large numbers and distributed through a cold, efficient system. Strange, isn't it? Brings to mind ideas like cloning, doesn't it? And maybe that's why today you see so many folks who just seem to go with the flow. No questions, no thinking. Did you know they say nearly half the population doesn't even have an internal monologue? Imagine that, living life with a quiet mind, just following along. Those babies, those orphan trains, they were shipped off along with abandoned children who had survived the reset, taken from their families, sent to faraway lands. Many ended up in America. And when they got there, they were given a new story, the official version of history. No elders left to tell them the truth. Nobody to remember how things used to be. It made them easier to control, you see. Easier to accept the new narrative.
Your bloodline waited centuries for a motherfucker like you to wake up. Do you feel it? Do you guys feel it? Do you feel like it's over? Drop a 100 in the comments if you made it this far. Tell me your blood type. And if you used to think that that was a smallpox vaccination on your mother's arm, what are you thinking right now? This is when I like to tell you guys that I think I was switched at birth. I don't see how. I think my mom signed up for a surrogacy thing. They said she was addicted, you know. And then I think my grandparents paid for me. They didn't want me to go into the Transgender Nation program. That's what I think. Because my mom came and picked me up in a police officer uniform and took me to Florida to cash in on the Jeff Epstein scenario. We drove all the way to Florida in a Mustang convertible. She took me from my grandparents in a fucking police uniform. Drove me to Florida, okay, where I would meet somebody that you guys call Jeff Epstein, but I called him Ty. And then Marguerite. These are all code names. I was in some multi-million-dollar mansion on a beach in Florida. Some old lady. I mean, now I'm thinking, was that a man? Was that a transgender man? I don't know. So if I can tell you guys what I think would have happened to me, I would have been Paul Walker. They would have made me transgender at the age of 5. They would have taught me how to be the opposite gender or something like that. Because on the modeling sets, those people never touched me. I don't understand the trafficking thing. Like P. Diddy, that's a female chromosome. So they had to build him a joint, you see? They take their calf bone or their arm bone. I mean, if you have that marker, your parents do, and you don't believe every single thing that I say, I might not be exactly 100% precise, but I'm pretty fucking close, okay? So I think that, you know, the P. Diddy oil situation should make a lot more sense to you because this is Transgender Nation. The trafficking's not going to go the same way you guys are thinking, okay? So he's going to need that baby oil, and it's not going to rise to the occasion since it was built out of his calf bone. Things of that nature. So they used to always try to get me on the set of Yonkers or Macy's or whatever. I got fired. I literally got fired because I was bawling, fucking crying, because on every set there was Transgender Nation. They looked like girls, but they had that pixie haircut. They didn't have boobs, and it looked like a fucking boy. I'm not kissing her. I'm not going to hold hands with her. And you guys want to know why? Did you not know that Pocahontas was like a 10-year-old little boy with a 30-year-old transgendered wife, mom situation? Go back and look at the real pictures. That's a little boy, and that's a transgender woman. I mean, man. That looks like a woman, but it's a man. So would it be accurate that it seems like the Vatican situation always getting in trouble for playing around with little boys, but they're in the wrong gender? So if they're obsessed with little boys, Nicki Minaj is going to grow up and be that little boy. They didn't go through fucking puberty, you guys. Are you really taking the risk still looking at celebrities trying to decide who's in the right gender, knowing that they're prepubescent little boys doesn't bother you? If you saw this video, you should go watch every fucking video on my page. All of them. And learn. And take notes. and order RSO and the gummies from my website.